Hi, it's Minnie. I want to know, what good books have you been reading lately? Welcome to my channel, Happy Fit Natural. I am a lover of books. I absolutely love to read. I always have 2 or 3 books that I'm in the middle of reading. I always have an audiobook queued up and ready to go, either on my phone or in the car or at work. So I love books and I love to read, and I love to hear the books that you are reading to give me more suggestions on books that I should look for. I kicked my January off by listening to Coretta Scott King's My Life, My Love, My Legacy. The audiobook was read by January Lavoie and Felicia Rashad. This book really opened my eyes about Coretta Scott King, and I'm guilty, or I was guilty, as I'm sure many of us are, at thinking that she's just Martin Luther King's wife or widow. And I never really put, I didn't know much about her. But going through this book, I was able to find out she is an artist, a concert singer. She is a musician. She is so talented. She actually held concerts that benefited the cause that, and she would donate all the proceeds from her concerts to the cause, which helped other black people be able to actually have the same rights as, our Caucasian brothers and sisters. But she was, it's amazing. I was just so amazed at the number of things that she did and how strong she is and how courageous she is. She once Martin died, she was left with 4 kids, and she was still able to raise those 4 kids to be pretty decent adults, as well as make sure Martin Luther King's legacy was held intact. She fought for the center that's in Atlanta, Georgia, and she fought hard for it, and things I never knew because I just never delved into her life. And then she also fought for the Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day, which is celebrated this Monday, which will be the 15th. She wanted to make sure it was a national holiday, so national federal and state buildings can be off of work that day in remembrance of Martin Luther King. I just thought it was great. She is truly a talented hero. If you don't know anything about Coretta Scott King, other than her being Martin Luther King's wife, then I really suggest this book to you. Please listen to it or pick it up. Now, the next book that I'm reading this book right now. It is Ian K. Smith, and he's a doctor, and this book is Blast the Sugar Out. And I borrowed this from a lady who works with me because we are on a journey of getting our blood sugars under control. I've told you before how very important that is to me. So this is the book that I'm reading. And he started researching diabetes because his grandmother was diagnosed with diabetes, and he really delved into it, learned all he could about diabetes, and he wanted to have his grandmother as much as possible. So this is a really good book, and the thing that I really like about this book, he doesn't talk a whole bunch of medical terms and all of that. He gives you the down and dirty, and he gets right into what you need to do to start blasting the sugar out. Okay? And if you haven't read any diabetic, if you are diabetic and you haven't read any books on the subject and you're just relying on medication, please pick up this book, read it, and start putting into practice some of the things that he suggests that you do, and guarantee your blood sugar numbers will go down if you follow the program that he has. Okay, so this is Ian K. Smith, and he's the author of Shred. He has a lot of books about shredding, but this is Blast the Sugar Out. Okay, and if you didn't know, 2018 is a reading blackout. meaning that a lot of people are going in and reading nothing but African American books, fiction, nonfiction, mystery, all those kind of books. So if you go on Instagram and use the hashtag, and the hashtag is reading blackout. And then there's also one by Read So Lit. So if you do the hashtag Read So Lit, you will be able to find a ton of African American books, because a lot of times we say, oh, I just don't know any books to read, you know, that were written by African Americans. And there are a ton out there. So do the hashtag Reading Blackout, and it's a year in African American literature, and that's to include, not exclude, black authors. And you notice the authors that I read so far were Coretta Scott King and then Ian Smith here. And I want to give you a couple of suggestions for some books. I have 4 suggestions for you to help you get started. Shonda Rhimes' Year of the Yes is an awesome book to read. She decided to, instead of saying no to doing everything, she decided to take a year to just answer yes whenever people asked her to do things. You know, not anything crazy, but instead of just quickly saying, no, I'm busy, she actually said, yes, I'll do that. And it changed her life. And this can really spark you to be able to take that thing that you're always doing. It may not just be saying yes, it could be something else, like, you know, not wanting to do a certain thing just because maybe you're scared. And take this year to just do it anyway. And that could be your thing. So this is a great book by an African American woman, and it is The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. So if you just really want some spark in your life to, you know, to have the rest of 2018 to kind of take off for you, read this book and follow suit. Okay? Then if you like mystery books, and you know I love my mystery books, I love Walter Mosley, and this is The Devil in a Blue Dress. You see it there? It's kind of shining out. But this is Devil in a Blue Dress, and this is an awesome mystery series. You can start with Devil in a Blue Dress, and it is a Walter Mosley mystery series. Start with this one and then work your way up throughout all the books. And there are enough books for you to read one of these per month, and you will be in the reading blackout. Okay, so that's that one. And then if you just like fiction, you know, no mystery or anything like that, just a bunch of fiction, you can look at Elin Harris. It's the late Elin Harris, and this is Just As I Am. Okay, and this is a pretty good fiction book. It's about a coming of age story. It's about a young man who actually discovered that he was gay, and it's a pretty good novel. Okay, so that's that, and that's fiction. And I have a ton of fiction books right here, so if you want more suggestions, just let me know. And then for all of my wonderful sisters out there who are always looking for the next hair thing, if you read Ultra Hair Growth, this is Ultra Black Hair Growth 2 by Kathy House, and this is a 2000 edition. This is an excellent book if you want to learn about the basics about growing your natural hair. This book will help you out, and we are always looking for that next thing that's going to help our hair to grow, get as long as it can get, down to our butt, you know, all of that, and you know, trying all kind of crazy stuff, but it's so simple. It's so simple, and a lot of times when you read books like this, it will take you back to the basics. Okay, and this is Ultra Black Hair Growth 2 by Kathy House. So those are 4 suggestions to help you be a part of Reading Blackout. Again, go to Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Look for the hashtag Reading Blackout and Read So Lit. For 2018, I am committing myself to reading more African American literature. I will be reading 2, maybe 3 books per month by African American writers. And I will be using the hashtag Reading Blackout and Read So Lit on my Instagram when I read these books. and so that I can share them with you and help give more ideas, as well as using this hashtag to get more ideas about books that I can read. So those are some books that I've read in 2018, as well as some suggestions for you to read and join in on the Reading Blackout hashtag, and then the Read So Lit hashtag. Make sure you check those out on Instagram. What I'm going to ask you to do is please share a book that you've read down in the comment section, and if you will, share one of your favorite African American or Black author down in the comment section along with the book that they wrote. It will help many of us to know different authors who are out there and their books, so we can keep it going and share books, so no one can ever say, I just don't know anything, you know. So we want to keep it going. Make sure you go ahead and like this video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share my video with family and friends on different social media networks. And have an amazing, amazing day. Bye-bye.